Welcome to an ordinary day in my life. Watch this vlog until the end if you don't believe a healthy lifestyle can be easy. By sharing my unpretentious healthy lifestyle, I'm not gonna convince you, but inspire you to live your best life. Good morning and welcome to the vlog. Welcome to another day in my life. Today is Wednesday. I would love to say that it's a normal day, but I feel like I don't have normal days anymore, at least for a while now. I don't vlog for a long time, for 2 weeks actually. The last vlog I recorded was exactly 2 weeks ago. This is the first vlog I record without my dog. So if you didn't watch the video that I posted a few days ago, our dog passed and now we are kind of trying to relearn how to live our lives without her. And yeah, as I said, it's the first vlog. I don't know how I'm gonna react because she was always with me. Every time I would record, she would be here. She always loved to participate. So if I was cooking, she would be here with me by my side. If I was watching TV, she would be there by my side. Actually, I don't know if you remember, but every time I had to record the yoga flow, I had to wait for her to sleep, because if she saw me getting ready, like putting my mat on the floor, she would come and she would want to participate on the flow. So yeah, that's how she was. We were very attached to each other. So I'm still navigating this new era in my life, I would say. And I think I'm gonna take the opportunity to talk to you about that, about pet grief, which is a topic that sometimes it gets lost, sometimes it doesn't get the attention that it should get, because I think we have to talk about it actually. And to be honest, I feel so much better after this period that I took to feel my grief, and I want to talk about that as well. And I want to give you some tips. I want to talk to you about how I dealt with, how I'm dealing with, because I'm still a work in progress here. So yeah, maybe it's not the most fun vlog I ever recorded, I would say. It's gonna be useful, it's gonna be emotional, but yeah, it has to be done. But yeah, about the day, I started the day pretty usual. I went to the gym this morning. I woke up early and went to the gym. I came back, I took my shower. I am not sure exactly what I'm gonna do today because I have to go to the nail salon. I have to do my nails, and you know, I hate to go there. I don't like, so I'm postponing this. But yeah, I think I have to go. I have a couple of videos to edit, so I'm gonna make myself a coffee, start the day, and then we see how it goes. Come with me. Now that I added a little, it's time to go to the nail salon. Actually, before we go, I just want to say something. During this day, during the vlog today, we are going to talk more about pet loss, pet grief. And I would like to start with something that I think it's the baseline of everything, which is, I don't know why I'm wearing glasses. So yeah, I believe that the baseline is the validation of the grief, because I didn't have any negative experience. Everybody supported me, my husband. I felt very supported, but I know that maybe I'm privileged because when I was researching about it, I watched so many videos about it, so I could, how can I say, I could understand what I was feeling. And often people would say that they were not validated, that people downgraded or downplayed the pain they are enduring. So I would like to begin by this. If you are dealing with this, if you are finding hard to lose your pet, feel validated. At least by me, I understand your pain. It's normal, it's common, it's more common than we think, and it's totally fine. You are not doing anything wrong. You are not weak because you are suffering. So feel validated. If nobody validates you, I do. I mean, you can try to self-validate as well. Try to understand what you are feeling and feel that you are not doing anything wrong. The same goes to everyone who is watching, and maybe if you know someone that is dealing with that, be patient, try to understand, try to have empathy for them, and know that there is nothing you can say that is gonna make them feel better, but there are a lot of things that you can say that can make them feel worse. I do understand if you don't understand, if you never felt this way, if you don't have that connection with pets. I totally understand. It's not your fault, and I don't think you're a bad person for not understanding, for not being able to feel the same as the person, because we are different. But that being said, try to think this way. Although I don't understand, I can still validate their pain. I can be a good friend by validating their pain. I can be a good friend by listening, just listening. So yeah, I think that's the baseline here. We have to understand this is a thing. This is a big deal for most of people. And don't feel bad about it. Don't make others feel bad about it. Just accept the fact, okay? So yeah, so now I think I'm ready to go to the nail salon. Let's get this done, and then we can talk more during the day.
It gets colder, you know. Sometimes everything just gets hard. Sometimes everything just gets harder. Feeling like I'm missing some parts. Days just keep on getting much darker. Even when I'm down in the lower, I remember what you were saying. Sometimes all you need is a spark. Maybe just a better kind of bitter. Lose gravity, I'm swimming in the quicksand. Up to my knees. Keep losing sleep, I'm manic dream at midnight. So hard to please. Drowning in fears is like an ocean.
So I just arrived, nails done. It's almost lunchtime. So yeah, I'm gonna unload the dishwasher. I'm gonna have lunch, and then we can keep talking. Give only one advice about this grief process, I would say is take your time, to feel it. And by that, I mean seriously, take your time to feel it, because it has passed almost 2 weeks now, and I feel now I can start to come back to my life properly, I would say, and I feel so much better now. And for me, it's not even a huge amount of time, I would say, because when it happens, it feels like you will never ever get over it. I cannot even explain the feeling. And I was always, I would say, realistic about it. I always knew that my dog wouldn't be with me forever. So I knew I would be sad, but I couldn't ever imagine the amount of pain that I felt. And when it happened, I felt like I could never pass that. I felt that I would be sad for a long, long time. I'm still sad, but I feel like I can function now. The first days were kind of, I don't know, foggy. I was in this foggy state. Everything was kind of blurred. It was so weird. And a advice that I can give to you is feel it, because that was my approach. When news hit me, I thought, okay, I'll have to get through this. I'll have to face it. And it's actually my approach to life. When I have to endure some sadness, some setbacks, I do the same. I truly believe we have to feel our feelings. I know that maybe you learn that you should, how can I say, maybe you learn that you should be strong, and by strong, you should be always good, you should be always well or always presentable. That was the same for me as well. Growing up, I never had the chance to express my feelings. So I really had a hard time in life to learn how to properly suffer, to properly learn the lessons that life gives to us. So when the time came, I decided, okay, I'm gonna take a time to feel it. I am privileged enough to be able to block my schedule, so I blocked my calendar for a whole week. I had a few clients meetings, but most of them, the ones that I thought that they would be okay without me, I talked to them, and of course they understood that I couldn't be my best that week. So I took the week off and I was just feeling it. I spent most of my days in bed watching TV, watching movies. I think I watched all the weird movies that you can find on Mubi. That was my go-to, but of course a lot of Netflix shows and Prime Video. I watched everything. And maybe you are thinking that that's a way of giving up, but all the contrary. For me, it was a way to, okay, it's a terrible thing that is happening. It's a terrible thing to sink in. So I need my time. So every time I need to cry, I cried. I thought about her. I was, in that state that you cannot function. And why I am saying that? Because you have to release all of those emotions. If you don't release them, they are going to be inside of you and they are going to get out someday. And maybe you can get away with for a while, but someday you are going to feel so much more pain. So it's better for you to feel it. Be surrounded by people who understand that, people who will support you, people who will help you with your tasks, with the things you need to be done, and stay away from people that don't understand that. That's what I would say. And as I said, I feel privileged because I had the opportunity to block my calendar, and I know it's not the same for everyone. If you have a full-time job and you cannot be away for a while, I would say at least try to make time for your grief. Go to your 9-to-5 job, but try when you come back home to clean your schedule for that. Try to have space in your schedule for that. Think about things that you don't need to do right now, that you can pause for a week or two and use that time to grieve. This is very important. And maybe you are thinking, oh, I'd rather do things that would distract myself, so I would be, I don't know, better, I would be happy. Yeah, I can truly understand, because a few times I thought about it. Maybe if I do something, maybe if we travel, maybe if we go somewhere to eat outside. But if you think about it, you are only delaying the pain. So that's why it's really important to do that, especially because when you are in pain, you make a lot of discoveries about yourself. When you have to face your pain, when you have to face your suffering, you start to question a lot of things about you. You start to question the way you deal with things. I don't want to say that it can be something positive, but you can get something positive out of it. And you are going to see at some point, after you question yourself so many things, you are going to start to realize how fortunate you are, not for the pain, but for the cause of the pain. That's what happened to me. The first days were horrible. I couldn't do anything. I could barely get out of bed. But I would say a week after, I started to feel grateful, because I felt that I was feeling that way because I had this amazing dog in my life. And you can only pass this horrible phase if you endure it. You have to just imagine that it's a hard path that you have to walk, but the other side is gonna be better. I cannot think about another analogy than working out. When you start, you are cold, you are sometimes kind of afraid of the workout, you are kind of, oh my god, I have so many things to do, I have so many miles to run, I have so many push-ups to do, and you endure it because you know it's gonna be better after that. And after the workout, you feel so much better. It's like how they say, no pain, no gain. And I think that explains a lot of challenges that we have in life. Every time we have a hard time that we have to endure, we have to think about it, that most of the times we get to the other side in a better shape. And I think with grief is the same. I felt horrible. I felt like I could never smile again, but I thought, okay, let's do it, let's face it. And days after that, I realized that actually that happened to me because I had this amazing dog in my life before that pain. So I feel grateful now. Of course, I still sad. I miss her a lot, and I feel like the pain is still inside me, but it's shaped in another form. It's shaped in gratitude, in love, in so many good memories that I have. So yeah, that's my ultimate tip. If I can give you one piece of advice, it would be this one: live your grief. Make time to feel sad. Don't be afraid to be sad. Don't be ashamed of being sad. Just be sad for a few days, maybe for a few weeks, and you are going to see that you are going to feel so much better in the end. I always say to my clients, when you feel that you don't want to work out, it's probably the time when you need it the most. I'm gonna explain that. When we are living this grief process, it's normal to feel down. It's normal, and everything is normal actually. But we know that exercise can give us energy. And I know it's pretty difficult to get out of bed and do anything. But something I did during these 2 weeks, I didn't give up on my workouts. Actually, yes, I did, because I didn't do the same. I wouldn't go to the gym to perform exactly the same. It's impossible. Of course, I couldn't do that. But I tried to move my body as much as I could. And I think you should do the same. I would wake up the same time I usually do, so I wouldn't lose my routine, because you know that routine habits are very difficult to maintain, and once we get them, we have to protect them as much as we can. So I still woke up every day at the same time, and I would go to the gym the same time. The difference is I didn't do the same workout. Sometimes I would go only to walk on the treadmill. If I was not feeling to work out, I wouldn't work out, of course, but I was still there moving my body. Or I would go for a walk, or I would go to a class and I would just follow the class with light weights, only to be there, only to move my body. And those classes were important to me, not for moving my body, but for being the contact bridge between myself and other people. So I could see other people, I could talk to them, they could tell me, they could support me while I'm in this process. So it was very important to me. The gym was very important to me. And I'm telling you that because maybe you don't like the gym as much as I do. It's okay. I am not saying that if you are dealing with this right now, you should start to work out. But if you go to the gym every day, if you work out, if you move your body every day, try to keep doing it during this period. Even if it's not the same amount, you don't need to run a marathon. You don't need to run 10 kilometers. You only need to walk around your block. That's it, only that. And you are going to feel better. And why I say that when you feel that you don't want, it's when you need the most, because working out release a few substance to your body, a few hormones that are going to make you feel better. You are going to feel the effect of cortisol, of dopamine, of endorphin, and all of those substances can make you feel better. They are not gonna miraculous make you feel amazing, but you are going to feel a little better, I promise you. And that advice can go with other things. Try to maintain something in your routine. Try to wake up every day at the same time. And speaking of waking up early, another thing that I did, I tried to not sleep during the day, because I would do nothing during the day. I was not doing anything during the day. I was watching TV, watching movies. So it would be easy for me to take a nap here and there, and I tried not to, and I didn't, because I didn't want to mess with my sleep cycle. That's super important. Try to not lose your sleeping cycle. Try to sleep the same time you usually do. Try to wake up the same time, because if you disrupt your sleep, it's gonna be worse. You are going to feel worse, and we don't want a snowball effect here. If you don't sleep well, probably you are not gonna move enough. You're probably not gonna eat well. Everything starts to go against your recovery. So try to maintain your sleep pattern as much as you can. before I start to make our dinner tonight, actually I feel weird saying tonight because the sun is still here. And yeah, we are going to eat kind of early today, so that's why you see plenty of sun on my face. But yeah, I'm gonna start to prepare dinner now. And I want to talk to you about nutrition during hard times, during grief, during painful times. And actually this talk helps you not only with grief, but those times that you feel kind of a little depressed or you are feeling anxious. I would give the same advice for all of these situations. So about nutrition, of course I indulged myself, of course I ate comfort food. We call them comfort for a reason, right? But I try to maintain at least the base of each pillar of my health. The pillars are nutrition, workout, sleep, and hydration. So regarding nutrition, I followed only one rule. I try to get all the protein I need for the day. I try to hit my target of protein every day. So I didn't track anything else. I didn't pay attention on anything else, only on protein. So if I wanted to eat potato chips, I would eat. If I wanted to eat mac and cheese, I would eat, but I tried to eat as much protein I could because this prevented me to get out of track, or at least completely get out of track. And why protein? First, because we always need them. Yeah, that's obvious. But secondly, because you always have to imagine that our body is working. It works 24/7. And when we are enduring something hard, either a physical recovery or a mental recovery, our body needs even more nutrients. Our body is working even hard because when you eat protein, first, you are helping your body with recovery, and secondly, it satiates you more. So by starting eating more protein, or at least the same amount of protein that you should be eating every day, you are unlikely going to eat more of the things that you shouldn't be eating right now. And I know comfort food is amazing, they are comfortable. My sin during this period was chocolate, for example. Maybe for you is potato chips, maybe it's mac and cheese, I don't know. But if I eat a lot of protein, I don't want chocolate as much as if I start by the chocolate. You know what I mean? So be gentle to yourself, indulge yourself, but try to maintain the same amount of protein. I'm saying that as your friend, as your health coach, as a person who had to endure a painful grief, and it helps a lot, more than you think. And I'm not telling you this because, oh, so we cannot gain weight while we are grieving, or we don't lose our shape. No, I'm not telling you because of that. I'm telling you because your body is working even more to maintain you healthy during this time. You are putting more pressure over your body. Even if it's not a physical pain, an emotion pain puts stress on your body. So your body needs all the nutrients and all the protein to recover. So think about that. And I'm not even talking about the insulin peaks that you get with simple carbs. I don't know if I already explained to you here, but when we eat simple carbs, we have this insulin spike in our bloodstream, and that gives us a lot of energy in a moment, but we feel the crash right away. And you don't want to feel that way when you are grieving. So carbs are good when we are eating, but we have to be careful. If you eat more protein, and if you can try to eat complex carbs instead of the simple ones, you are going to feel a little better.
If I can't have you, I don't want you to have anyone. And if you don't want me, there's something wrong with them, right? Maybe I got problems that I don't tell anyone. Have I lost my perception? Feel like I wanna do something wrong now. Packing all your belongings he's in a phase. So now you're telling everyone that we're drifting apart. Now I know that it was you who made me feel so messed up. Hanging out with new females, cute, but are they even real, man? Jealousy, I think it's jealousy, but hell with it, still a good melody.